students, welcome back. I'm Miss Rishika. In this video I'm going to show you all how to disposal a non-current asset for grade 9. So these are the steps. There are only 4 steps that you have to follow when you are disposing a non-current asset. So I'll first give you a small explanation what is a disposal of a non-current asset. That means for an example, a non-current asset means a current asset or an asset which you are going to use it for more than 1 year, like buildings, machineries, furnitures, motor vehicles, equipment, all those are non-current assets. That means those are using for more than 1 year. So one of those non-current assets, if you are hoping to use it for several years, and after using it for several years, if you are hoping to sell it, and now you are going to sell it, so when you are selling the non-current asset, you have to first dispose that non-current asset. That means you have to reduce it, you have to cancel that particular non-current assets from your business's book. So that is called the disposal of a non-current asset. When you are selling your particular non-current asset after using it for several years, you have to cancel that particular non-current asset that you are selling from your business's books. So there are 4 steps that you have to follow. First you have to transfer the cost of the asset which is there in your business books to the disposal account. So to double entry to transfer the cost of the asset is the particular asset disposal account will be debited and the particular asset account will be credited. For an example, assume you are going to sell your furniture which you have been using for several years. So it will be debited to the furniture disposal account and it will be credited to the furniture's account. Then the second step is you have to transfer the provision for depreciation of the asset to the disposal account. That means until when you are using for several years, you have been depreciating. So that depreciation charge which we have learned in the earlier videos, that depreciation charge will be there in the provision for depreciation account. So I have told you in the earlier, when you are depreciating, it will be debited to the income statement and it will be credited to the provision for depreciation account. So it will be on the credit side of the provision for depreciation account. So now the business, when the business is selling the non-current asset, that provision for depreciation account no longer belongs to the business. So what you have to do, you have to cancel that provision for depreciation charge. So the double entry to cancel the provision for depreciation will be provision for depreciation account will be debited and that particular amount will be credited to the asset disposal account. For an example, if you are selling your furniture, the furniture provision for depreciation account will be debited and the furniture disposal account will be credited. So that is the second step that you have to take. Then the third step is you have to record the amount that you are receiving. That means when you are selling your furniture, to whom you are selling, that particular person might pay you cash or bank. We are assuming that we are selling it on cash or bank, not on credit. So when you are receiving cash, the cash account will be debited. If you are receiving a check, the bank account will be debited and the particular asset disposal account will be credited. Now assume you are selling your furniture and receiving cash. So cash account will be debited and the furniture disposal account will be credited. So that is the third step that you have to follow. Then the fourth and the final step is you have to balance off the disposal account. Now assume you are selling your furniture account. That means you have to balance off the furniture disposal account and you will get a difference either on the debit side or on the credit side. You will be getting a difference and that difference should be transferred to the income statement. So you will be getting 2 differences. Once, when you are balancing the disposal account, if you get a difference on the debit side, that means it's a profit. That means after selling your non-current asset, you have gained a profit. So asset disposal account will be debited and it will be credited or it will be written under income in the income statement as an income profit from the selling of the particular non-current asset. But if you get when you are balancing the disposal account, if you get a difference on the credit side of the account, then it means a loss. That means the income statement, in the income statement it will be deducted as an expense, loss of selling the non-current asset, and it will be credited to the asset. This already on the credit side, so it will be credited to the particular asset disposal account. So these are the 4 steps that you have to follow when you are disposing a non-current asset. First one, you have to transfer the cost. Then you have to transfer the provision for depreciation. Then you have to record the amount that you have received on cash or on a check. After that, you have to balance off the disposal account, and the difference that you get, you have to transfer it to the income statement. So there can be 2 differences. Sometimes you might get a difference on the debit side, which means a profit. Sometimes you may get a difference on the credit side, which means it's a loss. That means you have created a loss after selling the non-current asset. Now I have taken an example. A machinery which was bought for £100,000 on 1st of January 2010, after using it for 4 years, was sold for £28,000 on 1st of January 2014. The total depreciation, provision for depreciation on that day was 80,000. Now the question is, they are asking you to show the entries in the machinery account, in the provision for depreciation account, and the machinery disposal account, and extracted income statement. Extracted means, now you are not going to draw the whole income statement, only a particular part will be drawn under income statement. That's why it's called extracted. It's not fully drawn, only a part of the income statement will be used in this particular sum. That's why it's called extracted income statement. Now we'll see again, if we read a machinery which has been bought for 100,000, after using it for 4 years, they are going to sell it for 28,000, and the total provision for depreciation on that day was 80,000. Now before I start doing this, I will tell you all, there can be 3 types of questions. First, already they have calculated and given the provision for depreciation, total provision for depreciation. That is the first one. The other sums can be, they might give you the percentage and the method that you have to depreciate, and you yourself have to calculate and find out what is the total of provision for depreciation. So there are 3 types of questions. The first, they already calculated. Sometimes they calculated and will give you the provision for depreciation. The other types are, sometimes they might give you the percentage and the type or the method that they are going to use, and you yourself have to calculate. Okay, so we'll follow according to the step. What you have to do, first you have to transfer the cost of the asset. So what is the cost? The machinery was bought for 100,000. So we'll record in the machinery account. Normally machinery is an asset account. So the balance, this amount will be on the debit side. This 100,000 will be on the debit side. Then provision for depreciation. First we'll write the balances in particular accounts. Provision for depreciation account. I've always told you, provision for depreciation has a credit balance. So what is the total balance? It's 8,000. So it will be recorded on the credit side of the provision for depreciation. Now we are going to follow. First, what you have to do, you have to transfer the cost of the assets. So cost of the assets is there on the machinery account. So the double entry, the machinery, according to this sum, it's a machinery that we are going to sell. So the machinery disposal account will be debited on 1st of January 2014, 100,000, and the particular asset, that means according to this sum, it is machinery account, so it will be credited to the machinery account 100,000. Now you know you have to exchange the names. In machinery account you can write machinery disposal. In machinery disposal account you can write machinery. Okay, so the first step was to transfer the cost of the asset. So it's there in the machinery account debit side. So you have to cancel it. Now when you are selling your machinery, it does not belong to you. So you have to cancel from your books. So it will be debited to the machinery disposal account and it will be credited to the machinery account. So this is the first step. and you can see both side equals, that means the machinery account will be cancelled. Now the second step is the provision for depreciation you have to transfer. So the provision for depreciation, according to this term, they have totally calculated and given 80,000, so it's there on the credit side. So to cancel, what you have to do on the 1st of January 2014, it will be, to cancel it will be debited. So provision for depreciation account debit and the disposal account will be credited 80,000. In provision for depreciation you can write machinery disposal, and machinery disposal you can write provision for depreciation. So this is the second step. Now you can see provision for depreciation, both side has 80,000, that means the provision for depreciation no longer continues. Now the second step has been complete. Now the third step, what you have to do, the amount that you received, here you are receiving 28,000 on cash. They have not said a check, so we have to assume they have received on cash. So what happens? Cash account will be debited. Here according to this sum, they have not asked us to show the cash entry, so cash account will be debited. And what is the other account will be credited? It will be credited to the assets disposal account. So they have not asked us to draw the cash account, so we are not going to show that entry. So it will be debited, and here as cash it will be credited 28,000, it will be credited to the disposal account. This is the third step. Okay, so the third step is recording of the amount that you receive. According to this, you are selling it for 28,000. That means you are receiving 28,000 on cash. So it will be debited to the cash account. According to this sum, they are not asking us to show that entry. So it will be debited, and the particular asset according to this sum, its machinery disposal account will be credited. And the fourth and the last step is you have to balance off the disposal account. That means you have to leave some space and balance off. If you look at this, you will be able to see that your credit side amount, when you add 80,000, 28,000, gives you 108,000. And when you write 108,000 both sides, 100,000 which is on the debit side will be deducted, and you will get a difference 8,000 on the debit side. Now here it says if you get a difference on the debit side, that means it's a profit. Now you have to transfer that into income statement. IS means income statement. So what you have to do in the income statement, extracted income statement, you'll be learning this one in future. You just have to mention gross profit will be there, just two crosses, and if it's a profit, it will be written as income. Income always added to the profit. So under income you will be writing profit from selling machinery. So this 8,000 will be added to the gross profit. So we followed the steps. I'll explain once again. The 100,000 machinery which they bought on 1st of January 2010 for 100,000, they have used it for 4 years and they are going to sell it for 28,000, and the total provision for depreciation is 80,000. Now they are asking you to show the entries in the machinery account, provision for depreciation account, machinery disposal account, and extracted income statement. So here according to this, the first step is you have to transfer the cost of the asset. So the cost of the assets is there in the machinery account debit side. So already we wrote the balance on the debit side. Now this 100,000 machinery, when you are selling after it has been sold, it does not belong to the business, so you have to cancel. So the double entry is machinery disposal account will be debited and the machinery account will be credited. That is the first step. So after doing the first step, the 100,000 both sides you have 100,000, that means the machinery account no longer continues. After that you have to transfer the provision for depreciation account. depreciation for the asset. Here, according to this sum, already calculated and given the total. So provision for depreciation always on the credit side, it always has a credit balance, so it's there on the credit side. So to cancel that 80,000, you have to debit the provision for depreciation and you have to credit the machinery disposal account. That will be the second. Now after doing the second step, the provision for depreciation account will no longer continues because both sides has the same amount. Now after that, the third step is to record the amount which you have received. So according to this sum, you received 28,000. It will be debited to the cash account and it will be credited to the machinery disposal account. So that will be the third step. Fourth and the final step is you have to balance off and find the difference and you have to transfer it to the income statement. So when you finalize or when you balance off, you can see your credit side balance 108,000 is there. So you will write that on both sides. Then debit side 100,000. When you subtract it, you will get a difference on the debit side. So here it tells if you get a difference on the debit side, it's a profit. So it already debited to the machinery disposal account. Then we have to credit or you have to write as an income. So this is extracted income statement where you write the gross profit, 2 crosses, okay, just shows that you have to mention that, that's all. Then it's an income because you got a difference on the debit side which mentions the profit, so it will be added as the income. Profit from the selling of machinery 8,000. Okay, so this is where all the total of the provision for depreciation has been already calculated and given. So I'll do 2 more sums where you yourself have to calculate the depreciation charges. Example number 2. Cost of the machinery, I'll give you a summarized answer. Cost of the machinery you're selling is 220,000 and you're selling it for 24,000, okay, and using it for 4 years. And you are using, the business is using the straight line method, 20%. So this one I have summarized, I have made a short form of a sum. Okay, now you have to show the entries in machinery, so machinery account, provision for depreciation account, and machinery disposal account, and in the income statement. Okay, now here according to this sum they have given the cost of the machinery, the selling price of the machinery, but they have given the method and the percentage. They have not given the total depreciation. So what you have to do, you have to calculate the total depreciation. Here it says it has been depreciated using the straight line method for 20% for 4 years. So what you have to do is you have to calculate the 20% out of the cost and you have to multiply it by 4 years because straight line, so all 4 years same amount will be depreciated. So once you calculate for 1 year, you have to multiply it by 4 years to calculate for 4 years. Now we'll record them in the machinery account we need, then the provision for depreciation account, then machinery disposal account, extracted income account, sorry, income statement. Okay, so machinery balance will be we'll give a date. We are selling on 31st of December 2010. Okay, so this will be first of machinery account. The balance will show 220,000, and the provision for depreciation, it has a credit balance, so it shows a balance on the credit side. We do not know still, they have not calculated and given, so we have to calculate. So first we'll calculate and write. Okay, so the straight line method, 20% for 4 years. So the cost is 220,000 into 20%. So 2 zeros, 3 zeros, 3 zeros, 4 into 44,000. That means they have used the straight line method 20%. Okay, so 20% means 44,000 per year. So how many years they have used? They have used it for 4 years. So when you multiply, it's 3 zeros, 4 times 4, 16, 1 is there, 4 times 4, 16, 176,000. So this is the total. Here they have not given. Now earlier example, they give you the total of depreciation 80,000. But here what they give you the method that they are using and the percentage. So 220,000 into 20% is 44,000 per year, but they have used 4 years, so you have to multiply it by 4. Here you have to multiply it by 4 because it's a straight line method. So each year 44,000. So into 4, it gives you 176,000. Okay. Now we'll go to the steps to disposal the non-current assets. So the first one, what you have to do, you have to transfer the cost of the asset which is on the machinery account. The double entry is machinery disposal account will be debited 220,000 and machinery account will be credited 220,000. Then you can see the machinery account will be cancelled. Here you have to write machinery account. Here you have to write machinery disposal account. Then you have to transfer the provision for depreciation. Now here according to this sum you only calculated. So it's 176,000. So it will be, to cancel, it will be debited on 31st December machinery disposal as details. Then it will be credited 31st December provision for depreciation 176,000. Now you can see the provision for depreciation balanced and cancelled. Then the third step, you have to record the amount that you received. So you sold it for 24,000, that means you received on cash. So it will be debited to the cash account and it will be credited as cash or bank to 24,000. Now we recorded all the three. Now the last step is to balance off and find the difference. So we'll balance off. You see on which side. Now if you add both together, here you will be getting 220,000. Debit balance is the highest amount, so you will be writing both sides. Then here gives you 6, 4, 10 and 176 and 24 gives you 200,000. So 220,000, from 220,000 when you subtract 200,000 you will get a difference on the credit side 20,000. So here it says after balancing of the disposal account, if you get a difference on the credit side, that means it's a loss and you have to record it in the income statement as an expense. So if you show the entry in the extracted income, first you will be writing the gross profit and it's an expense, so it will be deducted from the deducted from the gross profit because it's a loss. So under expenses you can write loss from selling machinery. 20,000 and within brackets you can write. So according to earlier one, you got a difference on the debit side, which means the profit. So it was added as an income in the income statement. But according to this sum, you got a difference on the credit side, which makes a loss. So you have to subtract it as an expense in the income statement, and you can write loss from selling the machinery. That means after selling the machinery, you have sold your machinery by keeping a loss 20,000. Okay, so that the second type of the sums where they give you straight line method as a percentage. Now I'll do the last example. I'll just give you the short form of the sum. Example number 3, where you purchase the cost of the motor vehicle, we'll take a motor vehicle, is 200,000. Okay, then you are using the reducing balance method. 20% for 3 years. After using it for 3 years, you are selling it, the selling price, or you are selling it for 78,000 pounds. Okay, so you are purchasing, you are selling it on, we'll assume 1st of January 2020. Okay, so a motor vehicle which you bought for 200,000 and the business is using it for 3 years, and they are using the reducing balance 20%, and after using it for 3 years they are going to sell it for 78,000. Now this one will be motor vehicle. This will be provision for depreciation. And this is motor vehicle disposal account. And this is extracted income statement, where we record the loss or the profit of the disposal. Okay, here now according to this sum, they have not calculated and given you the total provision for depreciation. So what you have to do is you have to calculate yourself. So first year they are going to use it for 3 years. So first year will be 200,000 into 20%. That means 40,000. Then the second year what you have to do, before you calculate from 200,000 you have to subtract the previous year one, that means it gives you 160,000. Then that into 20%, three zeros and 32. Okay, then the third year what you have to do, third year from 200,000 you have to reduce the previous year, that means previous 2 years. 40,000, 32,000 gives you 72,000. When you subtract 72,000 you get 128,000. So 128,000 into 20%. Okay, it gives you 2 zeros, T zeros, 16, 1, 2, 4, 25,600 for the third year. So what you have to do to calculate for the 3 years, you have to add these 40,000 for the first year and 32,000 for the second year and 25,600 for the third year. When you add all together, you have 97,600. So this will be the total provision for depreciation for all 3 years. So motor vehicle account, the cost will be on the debit side as balance 200,000, and provision for depreciation, which has a credit balance, this 97,600 which you yourself calculated, it will be on the credit side of the balance. Provision for depreciation account. So first you have to record the balances before you start to dispose the non-current asset. So here, according to this sum, what you did, they have given the percentage and the depreciation method that they are going to use. So you have to calculate. The first year was 20%, 40,000, but the second year, before you calculate, the previous year depreciation should be deducted. Then 160,000 into 20% is 32,000. Then after that 200,000 from third year to calculate the previous 2 years, that means altogether 72,000 should be subtracted. Then you get 128,000. When you calculate 20%, it has a 25,600. So the total amount for the 3 years, you have to calculate all three together. When you add all together, you get 97,600 as the total provision for depreciation, which will be recorded on the credit side of the account. So you have to make sure that you record the balances first. Now we'll start to dispose the non-current assets. First, what you have to do, you have to transfer the cost of the asset to the disposal account. So cost is there on the motor vehicle account debit side. So what you have to do, you have to credit it. So before you credit, you have to write the debit entry. So it will be sold on 1st of January. So the disposal account will be debited as 200,000 and the motor vehicle account will be credited 200,000. And here you can write motor vehicle disposal, and on the disposal account you can write motor vehicle. Okay, now motor vehicle will be cancelled. Now that will be the first step. Okay, then the second step is you have to transfer the provision for depreciation. So it is there on the credit side of the account. So to cancel this 97,600 which belongs to this motor vehicle will be debited on machinery disposal on 1st of January. Then when provision for depreciation account is debit, it will be creditors at provision for depreciation 97,600. It will be credited to the motor vehicle disposal account. Then the third step is you have to record the amount that you are receiving. So you are selling it for 78,000. So that is the amount that you are receiving. So it will be either debit to the cash or bank account. They have not asked us to draw that. So it will be debited and it will be credited cash or bank 78,000. Credited to the asset disposal, that means according to this motor vehicle disposal account. Then the final and the fourth one is you have to balance off the disposal account, and you have to find whether you create a loss or a profit while selling the motor vehicle. So you can assume here this one, when you add 97,000 and 78, you get 175,600. So you have a higher amount on the debit side. So you'll be writing 200,000 both sides. So from 200,000, when you subtract these 200,000, you have 600, 5, 175,600. When you add these two, then you have 400, 4. You get 24,400. Okay. So 24,400 you get a difference on the credit side of the disposal account. 24,400. Okay, so here it says if you get a difference on the credit side, that means it's a loss. Then you have to write under income statement as an expense. So here you will be writing the gross profit, 2 crosses, gross profit, 2 crosses. Then you have to minus, it's an expense, so expense always will be minus. So expenses, under expenses you will be writing loss from selling motor vehicle. So when you sold the motor vehicle, you have created a 24,400 a loss. Okay, so according to this sum, what you did, you purchased a motor vehicle for 200,000 and after using it for 3 years, you are going to sell it for 78,000. So the business is using reducing balance method 20%. Here according to this sum, they have not calculated and given you the total depreciation. So you have to calculate it. So each year these amounts were depreciated. So totally for 3 years they have depreciated 97,600, which will be recorded on the credit side of the provision for depreciation account. After you record the balances in the machinery account, motor vehicle account and in the provision for depreciation account, you can start doing the step. So the first step is transferring the cost. So it will be debited to the motor vehicle disposal account and will be credited to the motor vehicles account. In the second one, you have to transfer the provision for depreciation, which will be on the credit side. To cancel, you have to debit it and you have to credit the disposal account by 97,600. Then you recorded the amount that you receive. According to this sum, you are receiving 78,000. So cash or bank will be debited and the disposal account will be credited. Then the last step is you have to balance off. So when you balance off according to this sum, you get a difference on the credit side. So if you get a difference on the credit side, it means a loss. That means you have to show that in the income statement under expenses as loss from selling the motor vehicle. So if you memorize these 4 steps, it will be easy for you to dispose or record when there is a dispose of a non-current asset. So there are 3 types. First type where they have calculated and given you the total depreciation. The 2 other types are they give you the method and the percentage. Okay children, so these are the steps that you have to follow. So it will be easy if you memorize these steps and memorize these double entries. So first step, you have to transfer the cost, where the double entry is the particular asset disposal account will be debit and the asset account will be credited. Then the second step, where you have to transfer the provision for depreciation. The double entry is provision for depreciation account will be debited and the particular disposal account will be credited. And third one, you have to record the amount that you are receiving, and it can be from cash or using a check you receive. So particular cash or bank account will be debited and the asset disposal account will be credited. Then the fourth and the last step is you have to balance off the disposal account and you have to transfer the difference that you get to the income statement. So you might get a difference on the debit side. That means you have created a profit while selling the non-current asset. So the double entry will be the asset disposal account will be debited and you have to write in the income statement it will be credited, but you have to write as an income under income. If you get a difference on the credit side, it will be a loss. That means the income statement you will be writing the loss under expenses and the asset disposal account will be credited. This income statement you will be learning in the next videos. So if you memorize these steps with the double entry, it will be easy for you to record when there is a disposal of a non-current asset. So I hope you understood. So there are 3 types. I have explained using each and 3 examples. Used 3 examples and explained you all 3 types of questions you might get. So it will be easy if you study the steps and the double entry. So I hope you understood very well. See you in the next video. God bless you children and thank you.